In this video I'm gonna show you the timeline facility, which you can access from the side menu, and it will display all the files that have been sent during this time interval, 5:35 and 6:09 in this case, and each one of these bars represent the files and how much is taken to each one of them to complete the transfer. And if you hover over them, it would tell you the transfer rate in bytes per second. These are the time steps for each one of the files, and these are the data streams. So as you can see, this is a very nice timeline where all the files are sent in between the dissemination schedule intervals. They all take less than 1 minute. So if you keep scrolling down, you will see all the forecast steps, and you will see when a different forecast starts. That's the wave. And then we get to see that you get a much longer transfer bars over here, and the reason for this, if we click on each one of them, it will take you to the file information. These are files that are 135 megabytes. And if you look, for example, at some of the previous ones, they're a much smaller file. You can use the timeline to compare different patterns of transfers. So if you come back to previous dates, you can see that the pattern is the same. But if you had any problems with your network connections, you could come to the timeline and compare if there is anything different from previous dates. If we look at the different destination, we can see that in this case, we have several files that are living at the same time, which means that we have configured parallel connections. And in this case, the times are longer, so you would want to look at what sort of rate we are having, and the rate is 260 kilobytes per second. So if we come down, again, you can have a look at patterns where the transfers are much longer. And in this case, I would have a look in particular to these bars, which take 13 minutes. And you can see in this case that there was an error. And finally, if you come to a destination where there has been some problems transferring the files, and these have not been transferred at all, you will see a timeline that looks like this, which corresponds to files that have been requeued. And you can come to this link on the left side menu and check all the outstanding files for this destination.